Hello and welcome, dear viewers. Welcome again to the channel. Here we are again with a very new problem offering a very unique perspective on how we can solve mathematical questions of JEE, especially of trigonometry. So let's look at the problem. This is a problem of trigonometric ratios. Mm, Sine of 2024x plus sine of 2025y plus sine of 2026z. So they are separate sines. And now this entire thing has been converted into a single sign. The same equation is there, and this equality on the right hand side represents a cos, and we have to find this value. These are three signs that are adding up. So JE has a very sort of trend or tradition of asking questions which contain the year in which the exam is being taken. So you will probably give the exam in 2025 or 2026. So these numbers are also involved in this particular program. So this is a like sort of cute JE trend, which almost always gets repeated. Last year also a question on 2023, I believe, or 2024 was asked. So let me clear all this clutter for you guys. Okay, so as always, give this question the respect it deserves. Give it a proper fight. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes thinking about this problem. As I said before, in this channel, the answer of any particular problem does not matter. What matters is how and what are you thinking when you see a particular mathematical problem. The answer you will get there, not in one day, not in 2 days, not in 3 days, but on the fourth day, probably on the fifth day, you will start getting your answers. So let's not worry about that right now. Let's worry about how can we approach this problem. All right. So I request everyone to solve this problem at least for 10 minutes. Pause the video and then you can come back. Okay, I guess you gave it the proper time. So let's begin solving this. First of all, things or terms look a bit cluttered. They look a bit messy. So let me just simplify it a little bit. Let me write 2024x as alpha, 2025y as beta, and 2026z as gamma. So the question now will look much more presentable because these are very big terms that are written here, right? So let me rearrange the problem now. So sine of 2024x, that becomes alpha plus sine beta plus sine gamma upon sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma. That is what is given to us here, right? Is equal to cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma divided by cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, so this is given to us, and what do we have to find? Look carefully. We have to find sine of alpha plus beta. This is beta, this is gamma, and this is gamma, and this is alpha. So terms are repeating cyclically. So we have to find sine of alpha plus beta plus sine of beta plus gamma plus sine of alpha plus gamma. So let me write the possible lines of attack of this problem. How can we even think of writing this or solving this problem? So what can we do? What can we see? We can use sine C plus sine D formula here, right? Something we can achieve. But beta is repeating twice. So what will happen? Sine of alpha plus 2 beta plus gamma by 2 and cos of alpha minus gamma by 2. Clearly, this kind of will stop working after a bit. This was a good idea to think about at first, but this is as far as we can go along this route. Why? Because the minus has been introduced here, right? And this is alpha plus gamma by 2 plus beta. So the multiplicity has also been affected. They have a factor of half and this has a factor of 1. Okay, so this did not work out for us. Where else have we encountered these type of problems? We see these problems in the cases of conditional identities, right? But in that case, the angles were that of a triangle. Their sum was pi or 2 pi or some convenient value. So we could have written alpha plus beta as pi minus c, sorry, pi minus gamma and so on, and we could have approached it. So these were the lines of attack, but they did not work out. And we have to find this. Okay. So actually what we will do is just use compound angles. The very first formula, sine of a plus b is what? Let me recall this for you. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. By this simple formula only we can solve this problem. Okay, so you might be curious. So let's satisfy that curiosity. All right. So what is given to me is sine alpha. Okay, this is given to me. So let me cross multiply. Okay, let me cross multiply. So I will get cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma into sine alpha plus sine beta plus sine gamma is equal to sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma. All right, let me open up the terms. I will get sine alpha cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus sine beta into cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus sine gamma into cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma, and this will be equal to cos alpha sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus cos beta sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus cos gamma sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now I have already told you that we are to use that compound angle formula and we have arrived at this. So I would request you guys again to, if possible, pause this video and figure out the steps from your side only from here onwards. Math will always math will always make sense to you more if you attempt it on your own. Watching the solution is one thing and it has its due importance if the question is very hard and we don't want to spend much more time. But to an extent, I always recommend you guys to, whenever possible, solve the problem on your own only and then look up the solution if you can. All right. So try this from here onwards. Try to achieve the try to achieve the form that I want to obtain of this one, this quantity. All right. Okay. So let me transfer all these terms to this side. This will be the idea. This will be the idea. So si- I will get sine of cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma into sine alpha minus cos alpha into sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma. All right, plus same with this cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma into sine beta minus of cos of beta plus sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma, and again with the third one plus sine gamma. We write this first, cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma sine gamma minus cos of gamma sine of alpha plus beta plus gamma. This entire thing is equal to 0 because everything has been transferred, right? Let me change the color, the pen. Okay, so entire thing has been reduced to 0. Can you observe this now? Doesn't this look like sine A cos B minus cos A sine B? See, sine A, cos A, sine B, and cos B. So what will it become? It will become sine of A minus B, right? Where A is my alpha plus beta plus gamma, where A is my alpha and B is my alpha plus beta plus gamma. A is alpha, B is alpha plus beta plus gamma. So the entire first term will become sine of alpha minus alpha plus beta plus gamma. Same with the next one. This is sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So it will become sine of A minus B. Next we have sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So again I will get sine of A minus B, and this is equal to 0. So from here what do I get? Sine of minus beta minus gamma plus sine of minus alpha minus gamma. Beta beta will cancel out. Here sine of minus alpha minus beta, here gamma will cancel out, equal to 0. So minus of, rest is easy now, I guess we have even figured it out. Minus can come out of the sign inside the sign, so minus we can take out. This will become alpha plus gamma, this will become alpha plus beta, and minus we can take common entirely, and then we will get finally sine of alpha plus beta plus sine of beta plus gamma plus sine of alpha plus gamma is equal to 0. This is what we wanted to achieve. So the final answer of the problem is 0. And this was quickly, easily done. So the question in and of itself looked very sophisticated. All right, lots of big terms were involved. And this is a question I believe is right on the territory. It's right on the nose of questions that are being asked in JEE Mains and Advanced right now. They look very simple. They look very difficult, and student gets confused ki, is this in my easy category or in my medium or my hard category of questions to solve. But in its essence, at its core, it's a very easy problem. We just need to simplify the terms for a bit. We have to overcome our fear that this question is very lengthy, it will going to take time. We have to gain that confidence and just do whatever you think. Many students might have thought of this approach, but the difference is they don't they don't kind of have the guts to go ahead with the problem. They think, okay, it will take time, I'm thinking wrongly, I how can I think right? No, why can't you think right? You can always. You're also a human being, right? And questions are supposed to be solved, and we have studied the concepts, so we can get questions right also. No need to be surprised in that. All right, so I hope this question like quenched your curiosity and how we can achieve these type of formats in a very easy and presentable manner. A key idea was to write these terms simply, write them in simpler parameters, simplify our expression a bit, tidy up, remove the hodgepodge, remove the clutters, and then just open up and observe what formula are being used. Okay, you might not have done these type of problems in your JEE preparation. So this is what the channel is all about. So keep following for more interesting content like this. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun, and thank you for the watching this video till the end. Uh, Follow the channel for everyday improvement, and remember, stay happy and never give up on your dream of a good IIT education. Thank you guys.